Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. That's right, folks. We are live. We are back. We are at it again. I see some comments popping into that chat already. But, folks, it is a Thursday night. We are back for our weekly podcast. We're going to mix it up a little bit tonight. We're going to give you some predictions. We got two big pay per views this weekend. We're going to do a mega stream on Saturday. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. We are full of action. We got 13 matches, two pay-per-views, and then our crazy asses here at the Wrasslin for Life Network might just hang around for a little bit longer. But tonight we're going to run through each of the matches we have for the two. We're going to talk about them. We're going to give you, well, I'm going to give you my prediction. I want to know your prediction. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be a fun time. Happy Thursday, folks. Friday is on the horizon. But before that, we're going to have some fun. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. Like I said, we are live. We are back at it. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And it's always a pleasure, folks. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful, wonderful week. Friday Junior in the books. It's done. It's over. Now we get to go into Friday. We got doubleheader Friday, Rampage and SmackDown tomorrow. Rampage shaping up nicely. We'll see what we get for SmackDown. And then Saturday, as I mentioned, we have Ring of Honor Final Battle. We have Deadline from NXT. We have title matches. We have a whole new Iron Survivor match to talk about. There is so much going on in the next couple days. It's going to be a good time, folks. But we thought we'd jump on instead of doing our usual banter and such and just talk about the pay-per-views, talk about the matches. Let's see what you guys think as far as who might win these matches, but it's going to be a crazy Saturday night. It's interesting right now where a lot of people are debating what's going to be better. Ring of Honor, is it going to be NXT? What's going to give the better show? I think on paper, I think Ring of Honor kind of seems like overall a better offering. We'll see what happens when they get down to the nitty gritty. I think the big unknown this weekend is going to be those Iron Survivor matches or challenges or whatever the hell you want to call them. But it's, listen, I praise them for giving a try at something new, kind of new. I mean, we all have those references back to Impact Wrestling. So, I mean, realistically, who knows? It could be really good. It could be really bad. We'll talk about the rules for the Iron Survivor match as well here tonight. But yeah, folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. You can let me know in the chat what pay-per-view you're more looking forward to. What are you more excited about? But do keep in mind, we will be here live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. We got both these shows, and then we don't know when we're going to go home. We might do some UFC. We might do some XPW. We might do it all. We might just stay here till breakfast. I don't know, folks, but it's going to be a fun day. We start in the afternoon. Go get your snacks, your treats, whatever you got to do to put a smile on your face, and we will see you Saturday. So do not miss that. With that being said, I'll quickly say hello to Dale. Should be a great night on Saturday. I completely agree, sir. Lauren, good to see you. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Mr. Chambers, how are you? Hope you're doing well. And of course, Damien, what's up? What's up? What's up? No, there's a lot up. And I mean, do keep in mind, we still have to get through a Friday of wrestling as well. We're not done with this week. We do have Rampage. Like I said, that card's shaping up kind of nicely. And, you know, we obviously are later on, we're going to talk about probably one of the biggest topics out there right now, the fact that right at the 11th hour, Mr. TK slides in them boys and kind of gets a real good pop, a real good reaction, and a big thumbs up right at the end of Dynamite. Thought it was a smooth move. Obviously, we're really happy about it. However, there also is the big speculation of, is this the last of FTR with AEW, with Ring of Honor, Are they moving on? Were they emotional or sentimental seeming because it was their last ever Dynamite? I don't know, man. It's very possible, and at this point, I'm kind of cheering for it because I'm a big fan, a big proponent of what FTR brings to the ring, brings to a wrestling show, and I think we all agree that they've been underutilized. So I don't know, but with that being said, what's up, Chambers? Who do you think wins the Motor City Machine Guns versus Heath for the Impact Tag Champions tonight on Impact? I know who wins, Damien. Hey, live. According to PWI, Sasha Banks is wrestling in Wrestle Kingdom 17 next month. This is a really interesting story that's going around, and then I'll get into the predictions and we'll start talking about the individual matches coming up for the pay-per-views. But yes, Dale, to your point, huge story. And I mean, does this tie? Everyone's like, oh, this means she might be done with the WWE and she's going another way. But what if this ties into WWE's connection to that world? Like, what if that's the case? But hey, good for Sasha. A lot of people said Sasha would never wrestle anywhere else unless it was, kind of the upper echelon, the bright lights of the WWE. This will be good. They had to throw a lot of money at her, I imagine. What do you think? They have to. It's really interesting that we might see her there before we see her in the WWE. It's a little bit funny, don't you think? But not what I expected for Sasha. We've been talking about her for quite a while. We're trying to get her back into the mix. So I don't know. It might be a minute. I don't know what it overall means. I don't know where she's going to end up. But I really think it's cool. I mean, she'll be greeted like a queen. And it'll be interesting how it plays out. But you imagine it's going to be a really, really big deal. But that being said, folks, I will go back. I'll come back to the chat in a second. We will get into real quick. We'll start off talking about the matches this weekend. Of course, Ring of Honor starts at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That one's going to go to air first. So we'll tackle those matches, what we think, what the opinions are, and then we'll just throw it out there to the crowd. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you're feeling. And then if you're seeing the recording of this, just put it down in the comments below. Let us know your opinion. That's what we want. That's how we do this around here. But so one of the first matches up on the board for Ring of Honor final battle on Saturday. We will be looking at Shane Taylor and JD Griffey versus Swerve in Our Glory. Now, one of the things going around a lot about this match, hey, would you go away? Boom. There we go. One of the things about this match is that Shane Taylor kind of came out of left field. We talked about him quite a bit. Big fan of Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor Promotions. I believe they were Faction of the Year in Ring of Honor at least once. Shane Taylor's excellent. JD Griffey comes along with him, but it was kind of like, where did it come from? It was unexpected. But the one thing that people keep talking about when it comes to this matchup and this battle is we thought Swerve and Our Glory broke up, but then Swerve seems to be swaying Big Lee, Keith Lee. Now we don't know what's happening. Are they friends again? Are they going to break up again? Where are they going to go with this? How are they going to tackle this? What is the plan here? But it's going to be a hell of a match. Absolutely. Especially when you get you get Keith Lee and Shane in the ring together. Friends, former partners. Whew, it's going to be a barn burner. I'm going to go with Swerve and Our Glory for the win on this. Guessing Swerve joining Shane Taylor. Ooh, not a bad shout, Steve. Swerve and Our Glory for the win. I'm going to take Swerve, but I like this. I like this possibility. Bring Shane Taylor into the mix more. I think he's interesting. I think he's compelling. If you had Swerve as part of a new addition or a new version of, Shane Taylor Promotions, I think it could work. I think it could be something good. I really think that you have the opportunity there to build on it. What if it's what we don't expect? What if Keith Lee is the Swerve? What if Keith Lee turns on Swerve? Pun intended. But what if that's the case? What if they go that direction with this? What if you legitimately have Lee join up with his old buddy, turn his back on uh Swerve, where we all expect Swerve to be the one doing it. Swerving our glory. There we go. I'll take it. I got Shane Taylor. Dale going the other way. Shane likes Shane Taylor. Not a bad shout. It's quite possible, especially now where we're talking about possible the breakdown of Swerve in our glory again. Yeah, it's not a bad shout. Making me doubt my pick now. Yeah, I mean, Shane Taylor might be a good way to go. I don't know. At least this one's a little unpredictable again because the booking was a little unpredictable on this one. But I really do think this is going to be a great match. I absolutely think it's got a lot of potential. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you, Dale. I'm going to switch my pick. I'm going against the crowd. I'm going with Dale. Yeah, I definitely. I'll go with you on Shane Taylor. I like the idea that there's going to be some type of switch and some type of change up, and if you can get, like I said, if you can get Shane Taylor more involved in AEW, I think it'll be good for AEW. Shane Taylor's really good. That's my take on that one, anyway. After that, we have the Ring of Honor 6-man championship. This one was a late addition. Dalton Castle and the boys versus the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage. Listen, I'm going to make it very clear to everybody. AEW needs more Dalton Castle. AEW needs Dalton Castle more than Ring of Honor needs Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle is charismatic. He demands attention. He's good in the ring. He's a veteran. He can mix it up. He can be a smarmy heel, or he can find ways to get sympathy as a baby face. We've seen him, up and down the roads. And I mean, we've seen him again and again come back, and he gets huge pops. He's doing things that are interesting. He's over with the fans. That's a long-winded preamble to the fact that I think the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage win. That's what I think. I think that's where they're going to go with that, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Gates of Agony. Shane Taylor is an awesome professional wrestler. Absolutely. Gates of Agony, Damian. Why do you got Gates of Agony? What makes you think I'm correct? How dare you agree with me? Embassy, new trios champion. Steve Chambers. We're all on the kind of same page. You're not going to change my mind this time, Dale. So if you're going to go against the Embassy and the Gates of Agony, it might not be your best bet. There you go. All right, carte blanche. We're going right across. The Embassy. The Embassy. Yes. All right. Hola. How's it going, Alexander? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Embassy new trios champ, says Chambers twice. Yeah, I agree. I think they feel very like they're in good standing right now, then, and it seems like Tony Khan has an appetite to use Cage more. We've seen them a few times. They're big, they're imposing. Yeah, I mean, I think that give them the trios titles, and then let Dalton Castle join Ring of Honor, AEW, and push forward. That's what I would do with that. I think that's your opportunity there. You need more Dalton Castle. You give me a thumbs up and thumbs down if you want, but I'm saying thumbs up on Dalton Castle all the way. Not good. No, I'm sorry. Let's make it better, Alexander. But that being said, that for me is the way that's going to go down. Is that Gates of Agony, Brian Cage going to get a little bit of a rub, going to get a bit of love from TK. I see that match going 100% towards the Gates of Agony with Brian Cage or the Embassy, whatever you want to call them. Boom. Then we get the Ring of Honor Television Championship match. Samoa Joe, Juice Robinson. An interesting matchup again because Juice kind of just got dropped in there. And we all know Juice. We know his history. We know, he almost retired. Maybe once, maybe twice. But he's still going. He's still kicking. I'm a fan of Juice Robinson. I think he's come a long way. I think he's really found a groove. But I really think that it's a bit of an interesting booking. It's a bit of a spot book. We kind of had, Joe mixed up with um, Wardlow and mixed up with Hobbs, and now he's just in a match with Juice. So getting a thumbs up on Dalton Castle. I appreciate that. There you go. Joe retains. Joe retains. I joked last night, what if Joe loses both belts and then we end up Joe follows Regal out the door? I'm like, don't count it out. It's not impossible, folks. Wardlow going to distract Joe. New TV champion, Juice. Is it the Juice? Chambers. Interesting. That's an interesting one. What's up, Jake? How you doing tonight? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Don't forget, folks, check out our Discord. Samoa Joe. So I got one Juice, a few Joes. Now, Chambers might be right on this one as far as it tying in some way, somehow to everything else I said. Is it a Wardlow comes out and gets involved? It's highly possible that something goes wonky with this match. Samoan Joe. Juice Robinson is the wife of Tony Storm. Interesting way to put it, Damian. But yes, Juice is the man hanging out with Tony as of a romantic connection. No, that's yes, I believe that was a secret for quite a while. But that being said, yeah, I think I'm going to agree with something happens to Joe. I think Juice is going to surprise us and steal this one. Then again, Joe likes being the double champ. It's a tough sell. No, I'm going to go Juice. I'm going to go Juice on this one. So I'll agree with you said Joe. I'm not agreeing with you. Joe retains. No, so I guess I'm alone. Oh, no. I'm with Steve. Me and Steve got this one. All right. What else? What do we got next? Ring of Honor Pure Championship match. Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta. Guys, this has potential to be a really good match. Now, we've seen it before. But these guys know each other extremely well. BCC's kind of falling apart, but banding together, kind of, sort of. We had a weird message from Regal. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing? He also thinks Joe retains. So definitely not many votes for Juice. I'm going Juice for the upset. Boom, 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 boom. But that being said, I lost my place. There we go. That being said, Garcia, Wheeler Yuta, two young guys. I actually thought that Garcia might be the shout to drop Jericho. That you literally get the opportunity for Daniel Garcia to be the one to kind of surprise us all and beat Jericho. That's what I thought was a possibility. But I really don't. We'll get to the Jericho prediction later, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Garcia retains. Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia retains. He won it off Yuta. Yeah, Danny's kind of in tight with the important people. You guys think it's going to be a good match? Are we looking forward to Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta? This could be an interesting match. It could be really good or it could be dead. It could be really, really borderline with this one. I don't know where I'm going to go with it. I mean, Garcia seems like the overwhelming majority. Now, what if it's a BCC kind of night? Regal just kind of fucked you over and you lost your belt. Could him and Claudio win on the same night? Yeah, you know what? Let's go because there's been tension with the BCC. Garcia's, like I said, in tight with the right people. I'll agree. I'll go Garcia on this one. It's hard not to argue against that. That match is going to be very, very good. There you go. High hopes, Damien. Um, yeah, it's got a lot of potential. It's a slippery slope. I think it could go either way. But yeah, you definitely have the opportunity to surprise us all with a really good match. We've seen them wrestle before. Like I said, they're very familiar with each other, very, very familiar. And to be honest, the back and forth between them has been good at times. So we'll get at it. We'll see what's up, and we'll see how that one plays out, folks. What do we got next? What do we got next? Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Mercedes Martinez against Athena. Woo! Are you ready for a new champion, guys? Is that how are you guys feeling about a new champion on this one? What is the possibility? Athena's been a little more heelish. We haven't seen a whole lot of Mercedes coming off injury. But I don't know. I feel like maybe it's time to freshen it up. Bigger name, a Ring of Honor belt on somebody that, kind of been on the bigger show. I mean, yeah, could a new champ. Could be a new champ. There we go. Alexander leaning that way as well. I don't know. What do you think, folks? Are we going to get, is Athena finally going to get a bit of a nod, get a bit of a bit of a rub? Athena on the warpath, Athena as well. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning the Athena way. Like, there you go. Dale's got Athena as well. Yeah, I really think that she's been on a warpath, new attitude. For better or for worse, everybody was talking about how she lumped the shit out of that poor lady on Dark. Yeah, I think Athena right now is on a bit more of an upward trajectory, a little more of a household name than Mercedes. I love Mercedes, and she could easily win this one, but I don't know. I think we definitely got Athena on the line to take this one over, folks. Any surprises in this match? I don't think so. I don't think anything will really catch us off guard. I don't think anything really needs to. Yeah, the only thing I could think, who would it even be? Serena D, Thunder Rosa come back maybe, but no, I don't think so. I think Athena takes this W, and she probably does it pretty clean. What's up next? We go from that to Ring of Honor World Championship match. Jericho versus Claudio Castagnoli. I don't know. First question I have for everybody on this one. You guys excited about this match? Are you guys pumped that this match is happening? How do you feel about it? What do you think we're going to get with this? I don't know how good the match is going to be. And I don't know. I'm just not really thrilled about this match. But then again, I have a bit of a bias slant towards Jericho right now where I don't much like anything he does. So maybe it's just my bias. Maybe it's just my opinion. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe I'm not giving Jericho enough credit, but I haven't enjoyed the Jericho run. I know I talked a lot about it this week. We talked about, people kind of going out there and saying, oh, Jericho's given, credibility to the Ring of Honor belt, and he's made it more relevant than anyone has. And this is, the best thing that's ever happened. It's not. It's not. It's all bullshit. It's all propaganda. It's all in-house writing. And you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Pause. Athena, we got those ones. We've moved on. Athena has been suspended twice already. There you go. Kayfabe suspended or really suspended? That's the question. Claudio for the win. New champion. I agree. Now, I do think through everything that we have had, I said that, Jericho was going to give up this belt at Final Battle. And then he could say, like, that's the end of his year. He had the best year of his career. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But I think that it's Claudio's time. Claudio shouldn't have lost the belt in the first place. Yeah, I think it's good for Claudio. And somebody needs to shut Jericho up. Now, if Jericho wins, then what? How do you feel if Jericho takes away that W? Is anyone out there going to be like, oh, fuck, really? Did that just happen? Why is that happening? Why is Jericho taking up the W? How do you feel if Jericho retains over Claudio? I can't wait 8 hours of amazing wrestling. I can't wait either, Jordan. It's going to be a crazy, crazy night. You're a hardcore fan. It's going to be insane around here. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, I mean, just to remind everybody, we are starting at 3:30 tomorrow, Saturday. I wish it was tomorrow. 3:30 Saturday. And once we start, we don't know when we're going to stop. There is so much on the screen. There's so much to cover. We got the 2 pay-per-views, and I know you said 8 hours, man, but we don't know what we're going to cover. We're just going to hang around until we're tired and go home. We're all fighting colds and shit. So it's the funniest thing. But yes, be here. Tomorrow we got doubleheader Friday with Rampage and SmackDown. Fridays are always fun. We don't quite know when we're going to leave on a Friday night either. But Saturday, that mega stream, like, subscribe, tell everybody you know. Get them here on Saturday. Get them here on Friday. Get them here every day, folks. We are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling, whether it's rain, shine, sleet. It doesn't matter. We show up. If we're sick, if it's holidays, birthdays, we're always here. We're like the friends, the wrestling friends that you can't get in your real life. Botched my own promo. It's a toss-up. Head tells me Claudio, pause. Heart tells me Jericho. I just can't picture Claudio wearing the damn purple hat. Shit, yeah. That makes it even more likely that Claudio wins, I think. There's no way that's the angle they're going to go with. You really think we're going to go that way? That's an interesting show. Yeah, I think it's got to be Claudio at this point. If it's Jericho, I'm going to be very surprised and really curious at how many more times I'm going to have to see this man main event a Dynamite. It blows my mind that it continually happens. Does Jericho and William Regal hate each other in real life because Jericho wasn't happy that William Regal left AEW to go back to WWE? I don't think they hate each other in real life. There seems to be, from anything I've witnessed or heard, or when he was on Jericho, I think William Regal on Jericho's podcast was some of the best podcasting of any genre that I've listened to ever. William Regal's story is compelling. He's a great storyteller. So kudos to William and Jericho on that one. There you go. See, I can be nice to Jericho, but we literally have the Jericho's very opinionated, and Jericho's a made man in AEW, right? So he's kind of that guy that kind of runs his mouth because he knows nobody can do shit about it. And generally, from what we've witnessed, he kind of gets his way all the way through. So I'm sure he is. Like, this is the guy that walks around beating that drum of, like, this is the place to be. This is wrestling heaven, creative freedom. But when you have somebody like Regal say, oh, no, I don't want to be here. It's almost like guys like Jericho, and I don't want to fall too far down this rabbit hole, but Jericho, the Bucks, Adam Page, they all get very, like, defensive real quick. How dare you say that? Even if you're not directly saying something. Like, we've seen it time and time again. We even saw it with poor old JR, like, just taking a beating for having an opinion. Picking Briscoe. All right, we're not there yet. One second. Let's move this pony show along the road. There you go. Main event. We assume this is the main event. We imagine it's going to be the main event. It should be the main event. But yeah, we got a surprise right at the end of Dynamite. FTR is in the ring, and the Ass Boys, which, listen, if anybody watched the stream last night, we were literally sitting there, and I was like, this is bullshit. I can't believe we're going to get Briscoes and the Ass Boys. I knew it. So, nice spin, nice twist. Thumbs up, Tony. Good job. This is going to be a hell of a match. And if you like wrestling, of any kind. Do not miss this match. If you haven't seen their previous matches, go watch them. It's going to be insane. I don't know what this dog collar tag team match is going to look like. We challenged everyone last night. How many tag team dog collar matches have you witnessed? Have you watched? Have you seen? I don't know. It's a good question, right? I haven't seen too many. So, with that being said, we have this epic third match. Now, based on some of the things that we've witnessed, based on some of the things that we've read, based on some of the things that we've heard, there seems to be a chance that this is FTR's farewell. If that's the case, the Briscoes are going to win for sure. If this is the end of FTR, if their contracts are expiring, if they're not going to renew, if they want out, if they don't feel like they've been booked properly, if they're tired of smarmy little brats holding them down, that's where we're at with this. So what a better way? And I mean, it's smart. Like if FTR comes to Tony Khan and says, we're out, we don't want to do this, we're not going to re-sign. You look at your calendar and go, okay, your contract ends here. We're going to make you fight the Briscoes one more time here. And he knows well enough that the pride of both teams are going to give us a barn burner. Not like either one would sandbag in any circumstance. So this, I expect, from an effort standpoint, from the potential of like this could be the last Briscoe FTR match for years. If they sign for 5 years, 6 years, who knows how long they're going to try and stick and stay with WWE. So you may never get this matchup again. So I expect one of the best matches of the year. They're already in consideration. So it's I can't wait for this match. I really, really can't wait for this match, folks. It's going to be a good one. And like I said, whether you're live or just watching the recording, make sure you comment below on who you got to win in these matches. Share your thoughts, share your opinions on both Ring of Honor Final Battle and Deadline, not just in the chat, but hit the comments as well. Reading that AEW had changes plans for FTR. I read that as well. It makes sense. I mean, especially if you thought originally that he was going to do something with Punk. Then Punk gets hurt and gets potentially released. So that plan changes. Then they kind of don't have anything to do, and we don't know where it's going to go. Is it going to evolve? Are they going to move a storyline? Are they going to get into anything with anybody? And it's a lot of waiting around and nothing really happening. So if the fact that Punk was gone changed everything, and then if now they're saying, well, we're not coming back, we are going to leave in a couple months, that completely changes everything. And that's why I do believe, like you do, Dale, that the Briscoes are going to win on Saturday. I think that's the answer. I think that's what's going to happen. I think, it's going to be a really good match, but I think the Briscoes are going to take it. I think FTR is going to put them over as friends, as competitors. They know what this means. I wouldn't be surprised at all if FTR puts them over. I think we may see some surprises at Final Battle. Maybe Nigel McGuinness, or depending on his concussion, Adam Cole with the Kingdom. Adam Cole, I don't know. And I think if you're going to bring Adam Cole back, I don't know if Ring of Honor is the place to do it. People might disagree with me, but I really think if Adam Cole comes back, it should be impactful, and at minimum, it should be a Dynamite. You might rather have him come back at a pay-per-view, but I know we got few and far between. To me, he's more likely to return at, Winter is Coming than Ring of Honor. Just my humble take on that. Nigel would be interesting. I don't know. Can Nigel wrestle still? I can't remember. Can he get in the ring? Conceivably, can he do it? I don't know. That's interesting for me. But not bad, Steve. Not bad. But that is your main event. If you haven't given me your prediction, your thought, your shout on this match, do so and get it in. Really curious to see. Yeah, I really think this has to be the main event. Anybody think anything else might be the main event? Could Jericho and Claudio be the main event? I don't know. It's an interesting fight. It's an interesting card, but why Adam Cole with the Kingdom? I don't know. That's interesting. But that being said, folks, that is the Ring of Honor card. Not a crazy, like overly busy card. It's not too thick. We've seen them go, 12, 13, 14, matches on a pay-per-view. This is nice. This is a good amount of matches. A lot of solid matchups. I mean, this should be really good. Shane Taylor, Swerve should be entertaining. It should be fast-paced. It should have a good amount of energy. There's intrigue as far as our Swerve and Lee getting along. What are they going to do? Who knows? This match is going to be good. I think this match might surprise people. I don't exactly love Brian Cage. Gates of Agony, I think, are great. I think they I hate to say it, but they feel like a WWE product. Like they just have that look, that different feel to them. But at the end of the day, I think Dalton Castle's going to lose the Ring of Honor title. I just hope we get more Dalton Castle moving forward. Breaking news: OC versus the former NXT UK Tag Team Champions Trent Seven for the Fightful Select tomorrow night on Rampage. They put it on Rampage. So yes, if you guys haven't seen this, Trent Seven from NXT UK, some of y'all might remember him, part of Mustache Mountain, debuted or showed up in AEW. So see, now we're giving away spoilers. You suck, Damien. Yeah, you really suck. But yeah, he apparently showed up, and apparently he's going after that. So, but yeah, if you didn't know, it's going around everywhere, and Damien just helped you out. But yeah, I like Trent Seven a lot. I think that's an interesting move, an interesting pickup. But he's talented. I just don't know if he's staying around. We'll find out what happens there. All right, but with all that being said, just finishing up the rundown, Joe's most likely going to win this, but I'm going to pick Juice just for fun. It's a bit of a spot book. Not really sure how we got here, but Juice is awesome. I'm not sure about this match. This match could surprise us. I said that already. Mercedes and Athena. I hope it's a good match. That's what I just want a really, really good match between these two ladies. Don't let it be flat. Don't let it be a bathroom break. Jericho better not fucking win this. That's all I know about this match. All I can tell you about this particular match is, Jericho better not win. Yes, Rampage is taped. That's how the Trent 7 news got out. But between vitamins and just kind of on a roll, I forgot. But yeah. But that being said, yeah, it could be interesting. I wonder if there's any angle that comes out of this. How does Jericho lose? Does somebody screw him over? Does somebody help Claudio? We'll find out. And then, of course, this is going. Set your VCRs if you still got one to the Jim Cornettes of the world. Go put your, plug your VCRs in. Hit record. You're going to want to watch this match over and over and over. I wish both teams all the best. I hope they're safe. This one is going to be brutal. It's going to be intense. And I really think it could be the farewell to FTR. So really interesting times. But listen, if FTR is heading back to WWE, let's continue to stack up that division and make it better. Alba Fire versus Isla Dawn in a singles match is the first match on NXT Deadline, which will be on at 7:30 and then goes live at 8. And we'll be here straight through from 3:30 on, folks. With the mega stream, we start at 3:30 p.m. with Ring of Honor Final Battle. We will stay with the action all the way through. If we have to split screen at any time, we will. We'll bring up multiples. But we're going to run through all of Ring of Honor. We're going to stick around. We're going to jump into NXT Deadline. And then who knows? Like I said, it's a marathon. We do not know when we're going home on Saturday night. Get your predictions in. Get your shout on Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I'm gonna go Isla. Sorry if you caught that on the mic. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dawn. Isla. Elsa. Let it go. Alba Fire for the win. Yeah, I think Dawn just showed up and Dawn's got something. Now I like Alba Fire, but Dawn is I like her. I like her presence. I like the attitude. I like the vampire vibe that she's throwing out there. She's compelling. She's interested. She seems very into what she's doing. It very much feels like her turned up. It's going to be a good one. It might be something that continues past deadline, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to bet against her. Alba Fire should be ready for the main roster. Give it time, Steve. I think somebody like Alba Fire could get swallowed right now in the main roster for the ladies. I mean, look at the sharks that are in that water. Like, you don't want to just throw everybody up there. Alba Fire is great, but where do you fit her in? How much is she not getting involved? I mean, you're dealing with Bailey and Becky and Belair and apparently all the bees. But yeah, I mean, Asuka, and we're trying to figure out what's going on with Alexa and Liv, and Alba can get there. Just give it time. I think she's a bigger fish in a smaller pond in NXT right now, and I still think she is the one that will dethrone Mandy Rose at some point. So maybe she does win this one. I don't know. What's up, Brooklyn Joker? He's got Dawn as well. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I'm leaning Dawn. Maybe it's bias. Maybe it's recency bias. You know, we're just getting used to seeing her now, but I slight edge. This one's a coin toss. Could be a really surprisingly good match. It was cool to see Chance versus Tamina on the main event. It was pretty cool. Pretty good match. All right. There you go. I'm pretty sure you're usually a pretty big fan of Tamina, so that makes sense. That makes sense there, Damien. But here we go. Pretty Deadly just announced yesterday in a surprise appearance. The New Day are going to take on Pretty Deadly. And with this win, Kofi Kingston can literally set a record for number of title reigns. Yeah, I mean, nobody saw this coming. Nobody. Where I said, you know, Ring of Honor has a couple spot books. This is definitely a spot book. And yeah, I think it's interesting because part of you thinks there's no way that Pretty Deadly beats the New Day. Then there's part of you that thinks there's no way that the New Day win the NXT titles. So, what do you think? Where do you go on this one? Pretty Deadly retains titles should be a good, great match. I really, really do think they're going to try and do everything they can to elevate Pretty Deadly. I think it's undeniable that, you know, the New Day are kind of like the Dolph Ziggler of the tag team divisions, where they'll give you a good match any day of the week with anybody. Generally they find a way to pull it off. Could steal the show. It really, really could steal the show. And I agree with you, Dale. I believe that Pretty Deadly will retain. It will most likely be a roll-up or some tomfoolery, some shenanigans. But I'm going Pretty Deadly with you as well. New Day for the win. Good shout. New Day with the upset. Is New Day an upset? Why would New Day be an upset, Damien? I don't know. Why do we got New Day as an upset? I think Pretty Deadly would be the upset here in a big way. New Day, new tag team champs, but Pretty Deadly will get them back with a rematch. This good for Pretty Deadly. Chambers got some good booking here tonight. I see what you're saying. I still don't know if it happens. I don't mind it. I actually don't mind it. If I think if it was the other way around, though, if it was, you know, a baby face and a heel came down, kind of like with Dolph Ziggler, I think it works really well for that chase. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm still leaning towards Pretty Deadly finding a way to retain tomorrow. That's my thought. New Day wins with the help of Big E. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. I don't know if they're gonna go that far, folks. I don't know. Juice, what is up? How you doing? How you doing, buddy? New Day going to be the longest reigning NXT Tag Champions because Usos. Right there, you go. They go set a new record. All right, all right. NXT wants to bring the main roster tag teams to face NXT tag teams. That's what I've been hearing. He wants to bring main roster. They want to. It's more than just tag teams, though, Damien. This has been kind of a thing that the WWE's been doing for a while now with singles competitors, with tag teams. I think it's good. It's good for development. I think it's good to get in the ring with the next tier talent, right? You're now going to step in instead of stepping in with another trainee, with another developmental talent. You're going to step in the ring with a future Hall of Famer or 14-time tag team title champions. Like that's a huge step up, and they're going to allow you to get in the ring and work through that. And have that experience, get that rub, get that shine. It's good for me. It's good for them. And I think you'll continually see things like this. And I think Apollo Crews, Mandy Rose, others who have gone back down to kind of refine themselves and kind of reinvigorate who they are as a wrestler, as a character. I think it's worked out really well. I still think Dominic Mysterio could end up down there one day. Right now, he's too hot. New Day gonna be longest. I got that one. Got that one as well. So I'm going Pretty Deadly. It's a little split on this one, but up next, Braun Breaker versus Apollo Crews in a singles match for the NXT Championship. Anybody feel like this is a coin flip or is this a slam dunk? How do we feel about this one? I'm leaning Brooklyn Joker. We did that to open the show. So when we finish up here, just go back and hit play. But we just did Ring of Honor, my friend. Braun retains. Braun as well. I like the idea of Apollo winning for the surprise, but I think you want Braun to hold on to that belt. Maybe he never loses it. Maybe he just relinquishes it when guys, here's your belt back. I'm going up to the main roster. I'm leaning Braun as that way as well, Dale, as well as Juice, Braun, Damien. So we're pretty unanimous across the board on this one. But yeah, I mean, I think Braun Breaker's star is just beginning. And again, with that log jam and new names coming back, Braun Breaker could get eaten alive on the main roster. You're going to have to find important things for him to do to stay relevant and in the mix. Bringing Braun Breaker up so he's in a rivalry with The Miz for 5 months might not be the best for his career. Might be better off that he's the NXT champion for a little bit longer, especially till we figure out that log jam at the top of the main roster with Roman holding both belts and a massive list of guys that want to dethrone him and a good chunk of guys that could. Apollo Crews wins for Braun Breaker, could go to the main roster. All right. So kind of the opposite of what I said, Mr. Joker. And that is a possibility. What if, Crews loses and he returns to the main roster? I don't know. Apollo winning is not a bad idea, especially it kind of blends well with my theory a little bit, Brooklyn. If I'm wrong and Apollo wins, you still leave Braun Breaker in NXT, but then you have that chase where he's trying to beat back Apollo. Maybe he does. Maybe they flip it a couple times. You have a chance to make a real rivalry with two really good athletic guys. Their promo work against each other's fucking awful. It's not good, guys. But it's like the opposite. What we saw with Ricky Starks and MJF, Braun Breaker and Apollo Crews are the completely opposite, the antithesis of what we saw there. They're just happy for each other. If Apollo wins, I see Braun. I see Braun Royal Rumble. I think Braun's going to be in the Royal Rumble no matter what. I think we're going to get Braun in the Royal Rumble for sure. Oh, pardon me, folks. I think when Carmelo wins this weird match, he will beat Braun. I like that, Juice. I'm more inclined to say yes to that than Apollo. But then Apollo and Carmelo would do well. So we got options. We're getting options. It's that word that Triple H used, depth. We're building depth, folks. Now, the first ever women's Iron Survivor Challenge. Sounds like they're all doing like they're going to go running in the mud and shit. It doesn't sound like a wrestling thing at all. Zoe Starks versus Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James. I don't know how you got in here. Versus Indy Hartwell in an Iron Survivor Challenge. Now, for those who don't know, the Iron Survivor is essentially a match kind of like the Rumble where there's two people in the ring and the other people come out increments. If you get a pin, you get a point. If you get pinned, you got to go in a penalty box like you're in Impact Wrestling. And you only have 25 minutes. Whoever scores the most points wins. Cora Jade. Well, let's talk about it. I mean, we got options here. So Zoe Starks, I feel like, is due for a bit more of a push, especially now separating and becoming a heel. But Mandy Rhodes still holding on to that belt, so Zoe might not be there yet. Cora Jade's been this annoying. Listen, I know people like Cora Jade, but she irritates the shit out of me. I don't like it. I don't buy into it. She comes off, yeah, it's not good heat. It's fake heat. It's gross. Roxanne Perez has kind of been down that road. Kiana James would be a shock. And I think my pick is right there. Indy Hartwell. Underdog Indy Hartwell going after Mandy Rose. That's what I think. Roxanne Perez for the win. Not bad. Babyface, solid. Picking Roxanne to win this. Most likely she's going to beat Mandy. Woo! All right. Jade, we got that one. Cora. So we got heavy on the Cora. Some other splashes. I'm going Indy Hartwell. I'm just doing it. I don't care. I'm going Indy Hartwell. I think she'll be number one contender. It'll be very interesting to see her go up against Mandy Rose. That's my take on that one. Anybody disagree? Well, clearly everybody disagreed. But yeah, I think she's a dark horse in this one. And then, of course, last but not least, Carmelo Hayes versus JD McDonough versus Grayson Waller versus Joe Gacy versus the guy we brought in for spots. In their Iron Survivor Challenge match, we have all 5 competitors. Carmelo Hayes, one of the top stars of 2022. Carmelo Hayes, maybe the most over kind of superstar in NXT. If you think about it, I mean, Braun Breaker is a big name, got the belt, but Carmelo Hayes seems like a bigger star. Now Carmelo Hayes has been in that way, but I think Carmelo Hayes is due. JD McDonough just had an opportunity. Of course, it was a 3-way match. Maybe he's due for a little more of an opportunity. Did have the other match as well. So, I mean, JD's never a bad shout, but I don't think so. Grayson Waller, good heel. I mean, Grayson Waller, they like Grayson Waller. He could be a dark horse in this one. Joe Gacy, been there, done that. Don't love it. And Axiom's only there to do flips. So for me, it comes down to Grayson Waller and Carmelo Hayes. WWE love them both. You got Carmelo Hayes. You got Mello. There you go. Dale kind of on my side. A little bit. Thank you for the love. But Carmelo Hayes, definitely a favorite now. Picking Carmelo to win, but I don't count out Grayson Waller. Yeah, Chambers. Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. I'm going to go Hayes. I just think he's there. If anybody's going to go after Braun and really push him out, it could and should probably be Carmelo Hayes. But if you don't, my only hesitation is if you don't want to push him in that direction yet. I mean, Grayson's kind of a nice stopgap where if Grayson kind of annoys Braun Breaker for a little while, doesn't win, not bad, not bad. I think for me, I'll go Carmelo with like you said, Grayson Waller right on his heels. I think for the rest, I have compelling reasons why none of them are gonna pull this off. But Carmelo Hayes, JD McDonough, yeah, no, I mean, where can you go else with it? I don't. JD McDonough might surprise us because he is that opportunistic kind of guy. Gacy and Axiom, I don't think. I would bet good money that neither one of them two win. But who knows? They got new Schism T-shirts, so maybe I'm wrong. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So the last thing we're gonna do here tonight, before I go rest my voice, because as you can see, it's still not bad, still not back to its beautiful self. But that being said, what I will get from everybody here now, just as we're sitting here, it's Thursday evening, it's Friday Junior, Friday tomorrow. We're going to be back at it again. But as we sit here right now, what show are you anticipating being happier with at the end of the day? How about that? What do you think? What do you think? And if you want, I'll tell you what we'll do tonight. For those who did show up tonight and are tuning in right now, and you can always do this in the comment below if you're watching the recording. We always take a rating out of 10 on the show. You tell me what you think NXT Deadline is going to be rated by you on Saturday, and what Ring of Honor is going to be rated by you on Saturday out of 10. Give me your Thursday rating for what's to come. That's what we're going to do here tonight. Ring of Honor better card. You know what? It's funny because Steve, it was really neck and neck, and especially with the variable or the intangible of the Iron Survive. We don't know how this is going to play out. It could be boring as shit. We don't know. So it's kind of interesting when you look at it. But then you slide in a couple of those late matches, especially the Briscoes, FTR. I think if the pay-per-view was just that, we would be pretty fucking stoked about it. So, yeah, on paper, I think Ring of Honor looks overall better. I think Ring of Honor could definitely end up pulling in, a solid 9 out of 10. If the Joe match is good, if the Wheeler Yuta match overachieves, if Athena and Mercedes can deliver, if I see I don't have high hopes for Jericho and Claudio have an opportunity to surprise me because I expect very little from that match. So if they overachieve, good for them. NXT's got potential. I mean, we're not exactly fucking jumping for joy about a Braun Breaker Apollo Crews match, but it could be really good. So we'll see. New Day, Pretty Deadly could be the match of the day. Let's be real. They could steal the show. What else you get? And then you got the 2 Iron Survivors again. So 10 for ROH, 10 for NXT. Brooklyn coming in hot. I like it. All the love for both. I like it. Ring of Honor card looks better. Got that one. I'm interested in the Iron Survivor matches in the Deadline. I'm really interested in the dog collar match in AEW. Amen, buddy. Absolutely. It really, really, that dog collar match definitely perks everybody's ears. 7.5 for NXT. I think Ring of Honor is going to be an 8. Dale says 9 for Ring of Honor and 7 for NXT. If it is the Saturday I'm hoping for, I really want to give a 9 or a 10. I think if I'm being subjective right now, 9 out of 10, Ring of Honor, 8.5 out of 10 for NXT. In a perfect world, we'll see. Time will tell. But that's why we do these funny prediction shows. Lots of difference of opinions, lots to talk about. But folks, that is my time here with you tonight. That is our predictions. That's my predictions. I kind of read the minds of Nick a little bit and CJ and that, but big shout out to the fam. We will be back tomorrow. Doubleheader Friday, SmackDown Rampage. Yes, Rampage is taped, Damien. But yeah, we will be back for both those shows. We'll give you the alternative commentary, live results, live reaction, and then Saturday, the mega show. We just ran through the predictions. Lots could happen. Title changes, breakups, split ups, get together, run ins, surprises. We're in store for some chaos and some craziness. And like we said, we're going to show up at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, and we don't know when we're going home. But as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. As Nick says, our stuff's authentic and real and awesome, and we kick ass. And y'all know I can do that, right? No. With that all being said, as soon as I find the button and stop stalling, we are here all the time, folks. We are the wrestling friends you can't get anywhere else. That is my predictions on this show. Thank you for all those who showed up and gave us your 2 cents and your opinion. We appreciate you. We will see you tomorrow. We will see you Saturday. And until next time, I will see you on the flip side. Goodbye for now.